Hello everyone and welcome to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. This is Dawn Polly from D Polly Designs and I'm so glad you could join me today. I'm working with the new Gina K Master Layout set. It is a 5x7 die set, but a lot of the pieces can be used on an A2 size card as well, like this lovely window and this ornate piece right here. The rectangle makes a really nice frame for your 5x7 card and it cuts out the center of the rectangle. And this piece is the shadow layer for the piece that comes out of the rectangle. And the set coordinates really nice with the Master Layout Set 8, which is another 5x7 die set. I'm also using the Blissful Bouquet stamp set. This is a huge 6x8 stamp set. You get lots of images in the set and some really great sentiments. You get with sympathy, thank you, you're invited, happy birthday, happy anniversary, much love, and happy spring. You can purchase the coordinating dies to go with it, and ScrapbookPal sells the bundle pack with the stamp and die set together. Okay, so let's get started. Here are the 4 dies that come in the set. I love this ornate die. You can do so much with it. As you can see, it fits inside the rectangle perfectly, so when you die cut it out, you can have a decorative middle piece for the inside of your rectangle, and that's what I'm going to use today. And you can also fit the window inside the rectangle as well, so lots of options with this set. The first thing I did was die cut all of my pieces. I die cut 3 frames and the ornate piece from white cardstock, and I also cut a piece of light pink cardstock for behind the ornate cutout. I'm stacking my 3 frames on top of each other to give the frames dimension. I cut a piece of black cardstock to be a little bit bigger than the frame so that it looks like there's a border around the frame. However, you need to adhere the pink piece of cardstock to the back of the white frame first and then adhere the black border on top of the pink cardstock. And I forgot to do that. It wasn't a big deal. I'll show you how I fixed it. But I did need to die cut another frame because I lost my dimension, and I'll show you what I mean a little later on in the video. I went ahead and stamped out my images. I did do some coloring on the large image just to see what I wanted my flowers to look like. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I just kind of used it as a test sample. So you can just disregard the big image. For the flowers, I'm using a light pink marker, and I'm basically coloring in the whole flower with the light pink. I'm not doing any shading at this point with the pink color, just making the whole flower a solid light pink. Here I'm using my Copic marker R83 Rose Mist, and I'm not doing any shading really. I'm just outlining the edge of the flower with the darker color, but I'm not going to go back over it with the light color because I'm not really trying to blend it. I just want it to look like a little bit of a darker edge. I went ahead and stamped out another big image, and I'm coloring the leaves with YG13 Chartreuse. When I'm done coloring this image, I'm going to actually cut it up so I can use the leaves on my card and the little buds. So that's why I'm coloring in another large image. And once I colored all the leaves with the YG13, I just add a little bit of G43 Pistachio just for a little bit of shading. Here I'm cutting apart my large image. You can cut it apart any way you want. I cut where I thought it made sense to cut it apart. I'm mostly doing it for the leaves and the buds, but if you didn't want to cut the image apart, you could use another stamp set that has leaves in it, whatever's easiest for you and what you like. I just didn't want to use another stamp set, so that's why I chose to just color this other image in and use these leaves and cut it apart. Okay, now that I have all of my images done, let's start to assemble the card. I cut the pink cardstock down to fit in the middle of the frame, and I just push it in to make sure it's flat in there. And then I adhere the ornate piece on top of the pink cardstock. Now, it looks great like this, but I really wanted my white frames to stand up more and have dimension and not be level with the ornate piece. So That's why I die cut another white frame, and I'm just going to adhere it on top. Again, you wouldn't have to do this if you adhered the pink cardstock to the back of the white frame at the beginning of the video. Then I adhere the entire card front to a 5x7 card base. Once I have all of my flowers where I want them to go, I adhere them down with some liquid glue. I'm only putting foam tape on the back of the big flower that's going in the middle of my flower bunch. All the rest of them and the leaves, I'm just going to glue flat onto the card front since there's already a lot of dimension on the card with the frame. I went ahead and heat embossed the happy birthday sentiment onto some black cardstock, and I'm using the coordinating die to cut it out. I love stamp sets with the coordinating die for the sentiments. I find it makes it so much easier to cut out the sentiments. I'm using some 3M skinny foam tape, and I'm putting it on about 3/4 of the sentiment, not the whole sentiment, so that I can have the sentiment stick out onto the frame when I adhere it to the card. And to finish off the card, I'm putting some Spellbinder Fashion Jet black enamel dots onto the front of the card. These enamel dots are great because they are self-adhesive and you can move them around as long as you don't press them down onto the card. I find it's easiest to adhere them with my craft knife because it does have a flat surface. I love putting bling on my cards. I think it really adds to the look of the card. And that's going to complete my card for today. I think this card came out really pretty, and I love the new master layout die set. Again, this was set number 20 in case you are interested. I want to thank you for joining me on the Scrapbook Pal YouTube channel. I would love for you to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of the card. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the Scrapbook Pal YouTube channel and their other social media platforms so you don't miss out on any great inspirational videos. Also, check out their website for any new releases they might have. And as always, I want to thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful day.